Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great week. My name is Drew, the host of Never Behind. Today I will be sharing the second half of the interview with Jim Rogers, which will be covering whether Jim invests in high yield bonds, or if not, what the biggest portion of his investment is in. Also, he'll be sharing how much percent of his asset is in cash, and the possibility of a melt up, and also whether he is shorting the market or not, and what sign he is keeping an eye on for confirmation of a market crash getting really close. I'm pretty sure that this interview will be very helpful for your personal investments and highly recommend that you watch both part 1 and part 2 of this interview. I will be removing all the ads that I have access to so that it doesn't interrupt with the interview. Now before we get into the interview, I just wanted to share that Moomoo is having a great promotion, giving out 15 free stocks for free, which I think no one should miss. So if you want to receive 15 free stocks, make sure you click the link in the description below. I have also started a Discord that is 100% free and have great investors regarding stocks, options, swing trading, chart analysis, and even cryptocurrencies, sharing their ideas and opportunities for investments every day. So if you are interested in being a part of the community, please click the link Discord in the description below. Since you said you were out of a major part of your assets or stocks, since the bond yields are over like 5% these days, with the cash, do you park your money into the high yield bonds to take advantage of that interest rate, or do you not personally buy any bonds for your investments?
It is US dollars at the moment. It is in money market funds, essentially, because that's the easy way for me. I'm not positive on bonds. In 1980, when we had a problem like this before, interest rates on treasury bills were 21%. That's not a typo. 21% in 1980, coming out of the A-long inflationary bubble. So interest rates can go much, much higher. You said they're high. Well, 5% was high once upon a time, but in the last few decades, the world has learned to have much higher interest rates, and we will have them again.
So you are anticipating that the interest rate on the bonds might go a lot higher than 5% in the near future?
Well, I don't know what the near future, how you define that, but yes, I expect to see high bonds, interest rates over 5%. Yes, in our lifetime. And I'm older than you. So both of our lifetime.
Then another question that I have is for people who might want to prepare for a crash, or in a market like this, where would you think a safe haven would be for investments? And personally, I would love to hear where you might be keeping an eye on to invest in a situation like the one that we have with high inflation and very unstable or still has some issues.
I don't ever use the word safe when I'm talking about investments, because there's no such thing as a safe haven, because I have never found a safe haven. I wish I could. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could find something where we never had to worry about losing money? At the moment, I told you I have a lot of US dollars, partly because it is the world's international currency, and most people, when there's turmoil, they think that the US dollar, for historic reasons, is the safe haven. I have US dollars too, partly because of that. Yes, I own cash. I would like to find something else, but that's the best thing right now.
A lot of people do think that the market is overvalued with the economic situation, and they are saying that a market crash has to come or a reset has to come. But personally, then, would you be, shorting the market in any way at this point if you see a market crash coming soon? Or
I am not shorting at the moment, and that's partially because often near the end you have a blow off in markets, and I don't think we've had a big blow off, or maybe these magic 7 stocks are the blow off, the sign of a blow off. But often there is a blow off at the end when everybody says, this is going to go on forever, and they all jump in. So I have not shorted yet because maybe there's going to be a blow off.
So I guess that's what happened in the dot-com. The melt up happened before the crashes came in. You're saying that we might have a possibility of another melt up. So you're being very careful with shorting the market.
Well, we have often had blow offs. Just because we've often had them doesn't mean we're going to have them again. But it is a fact of market history that there's often a period towards the end when things get hysterical. I don't think we've seen that. If we have seen it, I've missed it. I'm not shorting yet. correct.
Based on your experience in the dot-com bubble and the financial crisis, before the actual market crash came, did you have the similar vibe or feeling like the one that we have where there's so much issues in the economy, but rationally there should be a crash, but if you see the market, it's going the opposite way. And as you said, there were melt-ups before these crashes, people saying everything's okay. But do you feel that similar vibe in the market these days?
Well, the end of the dot-com bubbles, everybody knew this was going to go on forever. The Wall Street Journal started publishing in capital letters the term new economy. Even the Wall Street Journal was so convinced that things were different. And they wrote, whenever they wrote about the economy, they capitalized new economy. I mean, they don't do it anymore. When it collapsed, they stopped capitalizing new economy. But the hysteria got to that level that everybody knew this was going to go on forever. I don't quite see that much hysteria now. It's developing. It might be coming. And if it does come, we will have the blow off, that last shot where everything goes up and everybody's jumping into the market. I don't see that much hysteria yet. Maybe it's there. I'm just too lazy to see it.
Would there be a sign that you keep an eye on that you're convinced that we're finally at the stage where we're having a crash or the market is heading to a cliff or downturn?
Well, the market will tell me. I hope I will sense the hysteria that we just discussed, but I promise you, Andrew, I won't get the timing right. I'll miss it. Whenever I'll start shorting, the market will go up even more. It'll say, we finally sucked Rogers in. Now we can go higher. No, I wish I knew how to be a perfect market timer, but I don't.
I think finally for, investors that haven't been in the market that long and haven't experienced these major crashes, what kind of advice would you give to beginners on stock investing and how they approach the stocks that they want to invest in?
Well, let me just go back for a minute. If we see the Wall Street Journal start capitalizing new economy again, that will be a signal. That will be a sign for all of us that it's getting very late in the day. But the only way to survive, the only way to be an investor, whoever you are, is to invest only in what you know. I mean, everybody knows a lot about something, whether it's cars or fashion or something. There are things that people read about all the time. If you want to be a successful investor, good times or bad, that's what you invest in. Don't listen to hot tips. Hot tips will ruin you. Now, we all want to be rich this week, including me. I want to be rich this week too. I'll settle for this month. I want to be rich this month. But listening to hot tips, Andrew, will ruin you. If you want to be successful, stay with what you know and don't listen to other people and to hot tips. Now, some people say, but that's boring. You want to be successful, Andrew? Be boring. Be boring. When you go down to the bar on Saturday night, everybody will say, there's that boring guy. Be that boring guy and you'll be rich.
I wanted to thank you very much again for your time today. And, in 2024, I would love to follow up and, see how the market does, and would love to have another interview with you.
Well, one prediction I will make for you is we will have a 2024. 2024 is coming. I think we're also going to have in the U.S. an election in 2024. That's a pretty safe prediction, but there are not many other predictions that I feel too comfortable with going into the next year, because we have had the longest bull market in American history. It may go on forever. Never has. So I would urge everybody to be worried. And if they're worried, they will do a lot of research and then they'll be prepared. And if you're prepared, you can live through just about anything and even thrive no matter what happens. So be worried and be prepared. Be worried and get prepared if you're not already.
Thank you very much. I think that's a great advice for everyone that's investing and watching this interview. So again, thank you very much, Jim, for your time.
Thank you. Let's do it again next year if we have a next year. Okay.
All
if
right.
we have a 2024, I'll see you again next year. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye. Good luck.
All right.